Whilst the seminar will discuss the impacts of coronavirus, we don't want to lose sight of the issues beyond the pandemic. So things like understanding service efficiency and the need for continuous improvement and the importance of accurate service data, and the ongoing contribution of community volunteers, which I know is a bit difficult at the moment, but it will come back in time.
This is really back to the state of the market. This is what you're telling us is going on within the street cleansing sector. You expect the next 12 months that budgets will decline. And I think that's obviously because of the impact that COVID's had this year, and trying to balance the books continuously next year with that. What you're telling us is that 22% are saying they have completed a review, 41% saying they have a review underway, and 25% saying they expect one in the next year or two. Something that didn't emerge was reviews in terms of climate emergency, and I think that's something we will need to look at and focus in. I suspect that will be something that impacts heavily in all service areas, including street cleansing, electric vehicles and equipment, increasing recycling and continuously reducing waste that goes to landfill.
Sustainability is a very key word, but how do we define it? Is it just environmental? But what about social and economic sustainability? So a further research that's an example that would fit into that would be taking, say, construction waste. What data would we need to think about planning a route to zero avoidable construction waste, for example? We know that what goes into many construction materials can use raw materials, which are natural materials, which are ultimately finite. So how can we make best use of those?
So over the past few years, Walsall Council has begun to see an increase in the number of volunteers wanting to get involved, help look after their environment and their communities. So basically, they had such an influx that they needed to put something in place to help support these volunteers and create a more coordinated approach.
Walsall Football Club have been a great partner for us in terms of engaging with people that may not normally want to engage with litter picking. So around our events such as the Great British September Clean and the Spring Clean, they actually shared all of our events on their social media pages and actually got players to do videos as well, telling people to get involved. And they also offer free match tickets as well to volunteers if they attend certain events with us.
So this is an example of the signs we've used. You can actually, if you wanted to, you can scan the QR code there with your phone and it will actually bring up the web page. But I've got an example of it in a minute. We had about 4,000 of them, and as you can see with the active number, we prefixed them 00037 so that we knew that we could have unique numbers that would allow us to have more than enough surplus if we had to introduce new bins in the future.
So that's sort of setting out the case, the need for flexibility. In terms of how that's already here, this is Alloy. It's a cloud native, it's a secure system as well. All you need basically is a modern web browser to access it. It's got single sign-on, so it can be linked to other council authentication systems as well. And it's also a mobile app as well that is available for Android and iOS, provides the tools for operatives in the field to, with it on phones or tablets or in-cab vehicle devices, to also have offline working in ropey mobile black spots as well. But being able to pick up on even on that theme of the volunteers, there's nothing technically stopping the volunteers downloading the Alloy mobile app and logging work done or intelligence that's going to support the service out there as well that you're looking to deliver.
In terms of the target outcomes linked to our change strategy, this was about service managers being able to access and use customer feedback and to use performance indicators to inform their decision making and to help to drive and develop a sort of culture of continuous improvement. And last year, we're really pleased to reach the finals for the APSE Best Service Team of the Year for both our street cleansing and our park services, having gone through a significant period of organisational change.
I think in terms of the volunteer, often they don't expect any reward. It's something that they want to do for their own motivation. But I think simple things like remembering to say thank you is so important. Having opportunities for training and the right equipment You know, sometimes it's hard. You know, having wheelbarrows without punctures in them, that sort of, you know, little things that make big difference to them, and also providing them to an opportunity to contribute. So if we're thinking of a new project, you know, ask them, what do they think? Because often they spend a lot of time in our areas, and, you know, they've got really good ideas and want to contribute.
Been volunteering at Wepper Park since the 80s, and then I've been away from here, and then I was looking for a job when I'd come back to volunteer again. It's helped me a lot, being out helping in the community and learning different things.
On the community as a whole, it's really helped. It's become a real focal point. The numbers have increased using the park. The park is looked after better as well. I think as the facilities have improved, people are less likely to drop litter, more likely to come and enjoy the park. There's been less antisocial behaviour. I think it's absolutely vital. Without it, you know, there would be a big space in the community.
Finally, we'll look at the impact of COVID-19 on street cleansing services. The figures we'll be looking at are averages for the service from participating authorities from a data collection exercise we did relating to April to June last year. If you look at the number of employees in March compared to May, we did see a decline in the numbers for transport and street cleansing, and an increase in refuse collection and cemeteries and crematoria services. Staff absence due to COVID-19, including isolation, shielding and COVID-related illnesses, was over 25% for street cleansing. I did put on the chat before around the usual average for street cleansing is around 5.6%. So you can see that it has had a big impact on staff absence.
APSE will constantly continue to provide you with examples of best practice and keep the networking going. So thank you very much for attending today, and I hope to be able to see you face to face very soon. Thank you very much.